There's a lot of people out there that misses him. And a lot of law enforcement people that I don't know don't work days and nights to make this happen. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart to make this happen. I wish I could thank all the law enforcement agencies, Homeland Security in San Francisco, everyone, Bakersfield team. I was waiting for this to happen. I'd like to thank you, working day and night to make this happen. Thank you.
On behalf of the Newman Police Department and the City of Newman, we are extremely grateful for all the help and support that we've received over the past few days. Without our brothers in law enforcement and sisters in law enforcement, this would have never happened. We don't have the resources to make this happen. And without even a blink of an eye, they came to our aid, and they were able to catch the suspect and bring him into custody. This is new for our department. I know it was shared yesterday. This hasn't happened in the City of Newman in the history of the police department. Many people have gone above and beyond to help us out. Overwhelming support from the community. The overwhelming emails, phone calls, text messages. We haven't returned all of them, and you just have to bear with us. We're going to try to get back to everybody. It's going to take some time. But thank you. Thank you all for everything you did. The team that took him into custody in Kern County, we greatly appreciate what you did for us. Stanislaus County Sheriff's Department, tirelessly working, keeping us updated throughout the night. We'll always be in your debt. Thank you very much.
So let's talk a little bit about the investigation and where it's going to go from here, and then I'll open it up to questions. Obviously, I shared with you yesterday that we were going to relentlessly pursue this criminal. I told you that we would spare no expense and that every resource available to us would be brought to bear. That doesn't happen without relationships. That doesn't happen without partnerships. And so while I will probably miss some of them, I'm going to hit the highlights. Our federal law enforcement partners, DHS, ICE, the FBI, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, all of them came to our aid. Task forces, you name it, I had it available at our disposal. Our state and local law enforcement partners, yesterday when we knew that our suspect was in Kern County, one phone call to Sheriff Donnie Youngblood, and he told me, Sheriff, whatever you need, because that's how sheriffs roll. We work together to pursue justice for crime victims. In this case, for Officer Singh. His teams rolled out. We had these locations, even though I told you that there were multiple investigative leads and locations that we've been working on. All of our teams rolled out. We had people under surveillance. We identified those locations. Search warrants were executed. And earlier today, Sheriff Youngblood's team, along with ours, his tactical team, was able to safely take Mr. Arriaga into custody. We have also arrested two of his brothers. And remember, I told you yesterday that anybody who aids and helps this criminal was going to go to jail. So we also have Eric Juarez and Adrian Vergen, who have gone to jail because they intentionally lied to us. They tried to divert us off the investigation. They misled us. They provided information that was false, all in an attempt to protect their brother, who we also know was trying to flee to Mexico. That was his goal, to get across the border. This criminal, Mr. Arriaga, crossed our border illegally into Arizona some time ago. He is a criminal. He has 2 prior arrests for DUI. Remember, that's the reason that Officer Singh stopped him, because we had probable cause to believe that he was under the influence of alcohol. Past behavior is typically a predictor of future behavior, and an officer loses his life over a DUI stop. from someone who's been previously arrested. Mr. Arriaga also has known gang affiliation. Norteño street gangs, or I'm sorry, Sureño street gangs. He claims to be a Sureño. All you have to do is take a look at social media, which, by the way, got way ahead of us again, and there's plenty of photographic evidence on and in social media, Facebook, and other platforms that clearly shows him self-promoting himself as a gangster. So, while we absolutely need to stay focused on Officer Singh's service and sacrifice, we can't ignore the fact that this could have been preventable. And under SB 54 in California, based on 2 arrests for DUI and some other active warrants that this criminal has out there, law enforcement would have been prohibited from sharing any information with ICE about this criminal gang member. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not how you protect a community. This is not how you assure the people who live in our community, regardless of their ethnicity, their culture, their race, any of that, that they live in a safe community. Because there are people who want to exploit and victimize others. And in this case, Officer Singh sacrificed everything. He paid the ultimate price trying to protect and serve the people of Newman. We need to have a conversation about that. Now, from this point forward, we have a lot of work left to do. There's an incredible amount of work, investigative work, that we have left in order to deliver a prosecutable case to our district attorney, Birgit Flatiger. Potentially, this could be a capital case. We don't know. But this isn't something that is going to be done anytime soon. Certainly, the arrest of Mr. Arriaga does bring some closure to the family. Certainly helps the Newman Police Department and the community in Newman. But make no mistake, we're going to continue this investigation until we have everything presentable so that we can prosecute Mr. Arriaga for his crime. Obviously, there's a lot of misinformation and other information that is being spread, widely shared on social media. Everybody has an opinion, and that's okay. Remember, if you don't hear it from us, be cautious about the validity and the valid parts of information that you may see or hear. At this point, I'm happy to answer any questions you might have, and remember that I'm not going to get into great detail here. Again, it's still an ongoing investigation. Yes?
Sheriff, it says that Eric Quiroz is the suspect's coworker, not brother, right?
I'm told they are both brothers. Am I wrong?
No, it's Quiroz is the coworker.
I'm sorry. Eric Quiroz is the coworker.
Sheriff, when you picked up the suspect, did he say anything to you?
I wasn't there. He didn't say anything to me, and even if he made spontaneous statements, we wouldn't get into that.
So can you describe how they went about capturing him? What was the layout?
The location has been under surveillance for at least the last 24 hours. It resulted in a vehicle that we were tracking. We kept that residence under constant surveillance, including surveillance from airships, air support units that were allocated. Again, my thanks to the Highway Patrol. They allocated their airship out of Fresno. We had our air support unit and others, so there was no way that car or this location was not going to be under anything other than constant surveillance.
Sheriff, you said this.
Yes, ma'am.
Sheriff, did tips come in? Did people in the community try to help?
Yes, we've received hundreds of tips, and we log every single one of those that come into our tip line, and we investigate each and every one of them.
Sheriff, you said one of the suspects is a coworker?
How long has the suspect been in the country illegally? And where do you work?
All right, and you were listening to a news conference held by Stanislaus County Sheriff Adam Christensen in Bakersfield. He was giving information about the capture of suspect Gustavo Arriaga, who of course was arrested for the murder of Corporal Ronil Singh of the Newman Police Department. The sheriff pointing out that Arriaga did have 2 prior arrests for DUI and was part of the Sureño street gang group. Two other arrests also made from two accomplices who were harboring a fugitive and helping him potentially flee to Mexico, the sheriff believes. But again, an arrest in the case of the murder of Corporal Ronil Singh, who
belonged to the brother or the coworker or someone in the family, and that's how you were able to
We're still working on that.
Sheriff, can you just explain a little bit more? You talk about these two other suspects and
Yes.
how they tried to throw you guys off. How did that happen?
We had them in custody and asked for their cooperation, and they lied to us.
Sheriff, the previous DUI arrest you were talking about, can you say where that was?
Yeah, Madera County, Chowchilla area.
You said
Yes.
there were two DUI arrests?
Yes,
And
two.
why the multiple names? Did you have aliases? It took a while to confirm all.
People who are criminals, or typically those who operate in that element, especially gang members, use multiple aliases. He had multiple Facebook pages with different names. And again, all of that is out there. It's publicly available.
Was he alone during the shooting?
I'm sorry?
So the two other suspects, where were they arrested, and was Gustavo Arriaga alone during the shooting?
To your first question, the other two were arrested south of Stanislaus County and brought here for questioning. At this point, yes, we believe that Arriaga was alone when he committed the crime.
Have you established in your mind a motive for why this happened?
No, not yet, and it probably wouldn't be appropriate for me to speculate.
Sheriff, Arriaga, you say he was in this country for, do we believe that he was deported once before and then he...
I don't have any information yet on prior deportations. I simply want to focus on the fact that this is a criminal illegal alien with prior criminal activity that should have been reported to ICE. We were prohibited, law enforcement was prohibited because of sanctuary laws, and that led to the encounter with Officer Singh. I'm suggesting that the outcome could have been different if law enforcement wasn't restricted, prohibited, or had their hands tied because of political interference.
Sheriff, it's a brother who was... Can you clarify that, though? So you're saying that he was previously released after a DUI arrest
Twice.
And had he been deported, this wouldn't have happened?
Potentially. If he wasn't here, then he wouldn't have been driving drunk, and it wouldn't have been reported to Officer Singh, and the encounter, the stop, the enforcement stop, potentially never would have occurred. My point is, why are we providing sanctuary for criminals, gang members? It's a conversation we need to have.
Sheriff, we have a brother here who's clearly
Distraught.
And yet a brother helped this alleged criminal. I mean, can we hear from him about how does this make you feel?
No, we're not going to do that.
Well,
Anybody else?
I was going to ask him a question. Maybe you can answer it. How does this affect Trump's agenda in the national scene? Does that please you in any way?
I'm not here to talk about the President of the United States, but I will repeat what I've said before. Border security goes hand in hand with national security, goes hand in hand with public safety, goes hand in hand with the safety of our community. We, law enforcement, need to be able, unrestricted, without political interference, we need to be able to protect our communities. We have a strong relationship in Stanislaus County with a variety of community stakeholders. We're not here to enforce federal immigration law. That's not our job. But law enforcement should be able to turn people over to ICE who are committing crimes, who are gang members, who victimize and exploit others.
I'm curious how the family feels about that.
We're not going to, no, the family's not going to speak.
Two more questions, please. Was the suspect armed?
Correct.
And conviction?
I don't know if he was convicted.
Sheriff, was the suspect armed when he was arrested?
No.
Sheriff, real quick, you said yesterday
It's okay,
that you
Tom.
had believed that the suspect was still in the area.
Yes.
Now we're hearing of an arrest in the Bakersfield area.
Correct.
At what time do you believe he tried to flee?
Don't know that for fact, or don't know specifically the chronology or the timeline, but I can tell you that we were never more than a step behind this guy.
Any idea how he was able to get out of your county and down south?
We know how that occurred, but I'm not going to get into that.
And when did he come back to Stanislaus County?
He's on his way back right now.
So he'll be back today?
Yes, sir, he will.
Brought here?
Yes, sir.
Are these other family members on the left?
They are. They're all family members.
How long were you surveilling that house in Bakersfield?
More than 24 hours.
Sheriff, is there any way you can give a bit more detail on the actual gun battle that you mentioned yesterday between the two?
No, wouldn't be appropriate. Remember, we have to absolutely protect the integrity and credibility of this investigation. I can't get into details. We need to be able to deliver a prosecutable case to the district attorney. And despite my position on legislation that does not protect our communities or promote trust, I still have to protect the suspect's right to a fair trial and to due process. So we're not going to violate that.
Sheriff, there are people that have said that this case is being politicized.
Of course it's being politicized. The last thing in the world I want to do is politicize the death of Officer Singh. But let's go back to Ron. An immigrant. Immigrated here lawfully and legally to pursue his American dream. He achieved that goal. And his dream was taken from him. No, we shouldn't politicize it, but we have to have a conversation about restrictive legislation that puts our communities at risk. I'm here to protect the people of Stanislaus County, regardless of who they are. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what their party affiliation is, their political preference. It doesn't matter. What matters is that everyone who lives in our community can enjoy a safe, healthy, vibrant, diverse community. It's that simple. I'll take two more and then we're done.
When you see Ron's brother clearly so distraught,
Yeah, it is heartbreaking. I'm heartbroken too. Yes?
Is the department currently seeking out anyone else who may have aided or abetted the suspect?
We're looking at everybody involved, and again, as I told you yesterday, anybody who protects or who provided protection is going to go to jail.
Sheriff, this is his birthday. Is there any significance?
Happy birthday.
Sheriff, how did this happen? So we arrested the suspect this morning? His brother and coworker both arrested this morning?
Yesterday.
Were arrested yesterday, okay.
Yes. Okay.
Safe to assume you want to see all three suspects prosecuted.
I want to see everybody prosecuted. I want justice for the Singh family. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here.
We will be posting, as a matter of fact, as this has been going on, we have posted the photographs on our Facebook page. Would also like to add that Chief Richardson had provided us Corporal Singh's handcuffs, and the suspect is currently wearing them as we speak, as he is riding back to Stanislaus County to be booked into our jail. So please keep posted on our Facebook. We'll have a booking photo of our suspect as soon as that becomes available.